Luis Collazo, back from a torn bicep, dominates Bryant Perrella. What's next for him? He wants a top heavyweight. Let's see what we can talk about this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You can hate him for not making that fight happen, but this is an unbiased show. We talk boxing. If it is just some missed details, the Double RT Boxing Show, Mr. A is here to help you, because that's what we do. We talk that boxing, spit that fire on the internet, dragging on the net, hashtag dragging on the net. You know, follow me on at Twitter at RRTB Show. Double RT, the Double RT, the Double RT Boxing Show with Mr. A. Luis Collazo dominated Bryant Perrella. You know, it was almost to the point where in the 8th or 9th round, you would have understood if the referee stopped that fight just from too many clean hits. The first 2 rounds I gave to Bryant. You know, I thought he was pumping a hard jab. You know, working some nice combinations behind it. You know, jab, 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 hook, you know, hook to the body. But as the pressure of Luis Collazo started to build, you could see there was nothing but then did that bird go again. If you saw the Marcus Brown video, you know what bird I'm talking about. As you saw the rounds go on, Perrella's punching came rubber arm, and his head was just stretching his neck every time Luis Collazo was hitting him. And Luis Collazo wants a top welterweight next. Why not? Why not? You know, somewhere in the 7 to 10 bracket. Because in this, you know, Luis Collazo looked like the same Luis Collazo. You know, the hand in front, the bending of the waist, getting in. He took a lot of unnecessary shots getting in on Bryant, probably because he just felt Bryant had no power, and that's a bad habit a lot of boxers have. They take shots to get inside, and it was evident that even though Collazo's face started to swell, he wasn't being affected by any of these punches. He wasn't phased. He wasn't wobbled. A leg didn't buckle. Nothing changed. Like his forward pacing didn't change. This, like that. I kind of thought this would happen, but you know, I still thought it'd be. I thought it was an upset. You know, I found out that Luis Collazo was the high betting favorite. I just thought it was an upset coming off a torn bicep, 37 years old, a year layoff against a young knockout artist. You know, so I thought, okay, you know, maybe this be the time Luis Collazo might show his age, but the skill's still there, the stamina's still there, the punching. I don't know if the punching power dropped or just Perrella has a hellified chin because he was taking some good ass shot. It was just a good, like, a underclass sparring session. You know, you name a shot, Luis Collazo was hitting it on him. Everything except for an uppercut, really. He hit the jab. He was walking in behind the jab, walking in the hooks, working the body, cutting the ring off on him. Like I said, for the first 2 rounds, Perrella did a nice jab, work behind the jab, but from rounds 4 and on, all his punches were rubber arm punches, no effect. Like I said, Luis Collazo purposely took him, so yeah, it showed some marks on his face, but nothing from Perrella. As far as who Luis Collazo could possibly fight next, and he wants a top welterweight, obviously what comes to mind is the loser of that headliner, Devin Alexander. You know, that'd be a nice, stay relevant fight for Alexander, losing off that tough Berto decision. You know, And the way Alexander's been gassing out in his last 2 fights, Victor Ortiz and Berto, it'd be a nice little fight. You know, you can't gas out against, because most likely his speed would be fast for Luis Collazo with that pressure where he gas out. Another one for Luis Collazo, Eddie Hearn is in pretty need for some shots on the zone, so maybe a first opponent for Vargas perhaps on the zone, because the rest of the people in the welterweight, I don't know if Luis Collazo will want to fight him, considering the names. Are they big enough? You figure the welterweight division, just go from the WBC. 3 Jesse Vargas and 1-2 Porter Garcia. You got 4 Quatrillo, 5 Igas, 6 Cesar who's fighting Ugas. Number 7 Kurams tied up with Gavin. 8's tied up with number 6. Number 9 Amir Khan could be a rematch. Constant Paramaro, number 10. Jamal James got a fight. Horn possible, but I think he's trying to get that Mundine fight. Then you go to you go to WBA, Jose Benavidez, number 1, 2 Vargas, James, 3 Igas, Khan, Matias Lopez, Sammy Vargas. Like, who are these names really going to be tied up? Available for Luis Collazo. In IBF, you got number 2 Ugas tied up, Vargas, Alexander, Quatrillo, Kerman, Keita, Tuareg, Rashid Ellis, Carlos Adames. WBO, you got Custo Clayton, Igas, Vargas, Broner. That had to be a nice, interesting fight, because how can Broner stay active without fighting a really big name, really big competition? Broner and Luis Collazo, that had to be interesting in New York City, Barclays Center, or fucking throw it in where's Broner from? Cincinnati? Is he from Cincinnati? Throw that shit in Broner's hometown. Fuck Luis Collazo. You don't get no special privileges. Take this to Broner's backyard. You gotta do it the tough way. That'd be a nice fight. Broner and Luis Collazo. Let's make that one. What do you guys think of that? Broner and Luis Collazo. Right here on the Double RT Boxing Show.